Hey everybody, before we start this video, I just wanted to quickly thank you for the 400 subscribers. Honestly, it's mind-blowing to me that people watch my videos and actually subscribe to watch more. So once again, thank you, and yeah, let's start with the video. Hey, how's it going? I'm Adam, and welcome to my channel. Well, have you ever wanted your photos to sort of resemble a Kill Bill flashback? Or just simply wanted to express your inner anger? Then oh boy, do I got the film stock for you. Lomo Redscale. Now, as you can probably guess by the name, this film stock turns your photos red. Apparently, Lomography's Redscale was the first purpose-made Redscale film, which was available since at least 2010. It bathes your photos in glowing shades of red, orange, yellow, and even cool blue, perfectly suited for the more imaginative photographers out there. I guess I'm off the list. Anyway, apparently this film stock is also great for heating things up under an overcast day. Now, I haven't shot under those conditions, so I'll take their word for it. I also wanted to mention that it's pretty well documented on this channel for my love for Lomo's packaging design. Well, sadly, Redscale just isn't doing it for me. Metropolis, 92, and Purple are still in my top 3. Anywho, more on the film stock later. Matthew, Jacob, Chris, and I decided to go to Berlin for the day, cause apparently porcelain just isn't enough for me anymore. After Matthew telling the best joke humanly possible, we stopped by Mickey D's, and that's when I loaded the amazing Leica R8. You must be wondering what the black tape is for. Well, it's for covering up the film window. Some time ago, my buddy Matthew shot a roll, and each shot got a light leak. There was nothing wrong with his camera, but after some research we found out it was the plastic film canister's fault. Sadly, they can be a bit faulty and light could get in. So I used the black tape in order to cover my film window, just in case I got a bad batch too. Like an idiot, I loaded this film under direct sunlight, and that's why I got light leaks on the first 2 frames. My first impressions. So far I enjoyed the orange-red combo, but there is definitely a time and place to shoot this film, but I haven't figured that out yet. Now, you must be wondering why Matthew is constantly taking a picture of me with the Mewtwo Zoom 80. It's a long story, but let's just say I have beef with that camera, and Matthew knows that. Oh, with that ugly Mewtwo. Let's talk about the ISO. Just like your first starter Pokemon, you get to choose. You can rate this film stock anywhere from ISO 50 to 200. I shot it at 160. If you want super intense red-orange colors, then shoot it at ISO 200 or 160. If you want more of a cooler look with additional green and blue tones, then rate it at ISO 50. Also, keep in mind the higher the ISO, the more grain you'll get, but we'll talk about that later. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this film stock lacks a DX code. Hey Matthew, they named the city after a Lomo film stock. So yeah, I shot this film with an extremely low shutter speed. I think it was like 1/15th of a second, and I'm really glad that I did. The motion blur really gives the photo a chaotic feel to it, and it definitely works well with Redscale in my opinion. If I were to shoot it on regular color or black and white, it would have been another throwaway. Let's talk about the grain. This film stock is definitely grainy, especially if you shoot at ISO 160. Plus add the 35mm quality and the grain really seems to slap you in the face. Now, I personally don't mind the grain. I feel like if you shoot Redscale, it's more about the vibe than, I don't know, the quality. But if you want less grain, then try to shoot at ISO 50 or simply try the 120 version.
One Mamiya 7
I otworzyć.
and the second one.
Teraz trzeba.
Now, if you watched my last video, then you know the drill. Photo impacts, empty bank account, bunch of film, yada yada yada. We decided to take a break a bit and drink some inspiration juice. I noticed that the green are somewhat normal, so keep that in mind if you are shooting this film. What is Redscale film? As long as we're on the subject, I figured I'd explain what it is. Redscale film are all created the same way by rolling any regular color negative film into a canister the wrong way, so that when the film is exposed, light travels through the base side first instead of the emulsion side first. So basically it's spooled backwards. You can even Redscale film by yourself, but if you're like me, lazy, then it's a real pain. But if you want to know how to do it, I'll drop a link to a YouTube video in the description. Anyway, it was time for our last stop. We went to a photography museum. The exhibit was awesome, but sadly I didn't take any photos due to the low ISO film. Why am I getting a rare sense of deja vu? Anyway, I managed to pick up photo books by the great Robert Capa and Joe Meyerowitz. After all that, I took my last shot of this place. And after a long and fun day, we headed back home. And just like that, that's the end of the roll and the video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. My final thoughts on Lomo Redscale is, it's pretty interesting. I definitely will be shooting more of this film, but I definitely want to try the 120 version and do some night photography with it. I feel like this is where the film stock will actually shine, to have a small subject with light where the red can really glow, and have the background black to create a contrasty, moody, and mysterious image. Anyway, the downside of this film, especially if you're shooting it at 160 and 35mm, it is really grainy. And yeah, that light leak issue is definitely a problem. But if you just put black tape over the film window just like I did, then it's not really an issue. And just like I mentioned before, the grain I personally don't mind. Honestly, the vibe that this film produces is just amazing and well worth it. Anyway, this film stock is available in 35, 120, and 110. It costs around 47 euros in a pack of 3. Sadly, on Lomo's website and some others, you can only buy a pack of 3. But I'm pretty sure if you look long enough, you'll be able to find a place where you can buy 1 roll. Alrighty, before I end this video, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Matthew, Jacob, and Chris for the amazing time. Really was amazing, and I can't wait for the next one. Yeah, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. And I'm off to play that new Pokemon DLC. Take care.